Check. The fullback that does it all in Kyle Shanahan's offense is joining our show early out there on the West Coast. Will be joining us here on the East Coast. It is Coast to Coast. It is Good Morning Football. We are 2 days away.
Hey now!
Conference Championship weekend. Go.
I like seeing all those players get up at the podium, take their moment, answer some questions. We're ready for this, KB?
I think we are. Let's lock and load. Let's do it.
Listen, Peter Schrager. My name's Kay Adams. Earrings are in. We are ready to go. Lift off for the lead block.
Lead block!
Wow.
Hey, I want to go to Kansas City, guys. The Chiefs are getting set to take on the Titans in the AFC Championship. And for more on how KC is preparing for this matchup, here's James Palmer to get us started.
Well, thanks, Kay. Back in Week 10, when the Chiefs played in Nashville against the Titans, it was Patrick Mahomes' first game back after dislocating his kneecap. He threw the ball 50 times for 446 yards and 3 touchdowns in the loss, but didn't carry the football a single time. Fast forward to now, and he is the healthiest in his eyes he's been this entire season, and Andy Reid is comfortable with him carrying the football. He's carried it 7 times in each of the last 2 games. That's a season high. As he prepares for the Titans this week, he's using his loss in the AFC Championship game a year ago as part of his preparation.
Yeah, I think just trying to prepare for everything. I think that's a big thing. Last year, they caught us a little off guard with the coverages that they played at the beginning of the game, and we made adjustments and were able to score points later in the game. But you want to make sure that you're just preparing for everything. You know that this is a good defense. They do a lot of different things, play a lot of man, they play a lot of zone, and so you know that they're going to throw different coverages out there against you. And so just trying to prepare yourself for whatever their game plan is and trying to adjust as quickly as possible.
Well, I feel like nobody in NFL can guard any of us. I mean, and that's no disrespect to nobody. That's just the confidence that I got, in myself and just the wideouts I got around me, including the tight ends and the running backs. I feel like no DB unit, no secondary unit, no linebacker, or any defense can guard any of us. So man-to-man is just easy for us to beat. And if you just allow us to just run through zones, it's even easier. So
Tyreek Hill is obviously excited to go against the Titans because that Week 10 matchup was the last time he went over 100 yards this season. When I talked to him in his locker after their divisional win over the Texans, he was extremely excited, saying over and over again, they play man. I love going against teams that play man. And when we talked earlier, a couple of weeks ago, he told me with everybody healthy and the emergence of Hardman and the health of Sammy Watkins, he said, "Okay, everybody can't line up the way they lined up against me last year. They have to respect everyone."
And I love the confidence on this team. They're healthy, they're clicking, they've got momentum. They scored at will after being down 24-0 to the Texans. The thing about the Titans, though, is that people have been questioning them every step of the way to the AFC Championship as well, Kyle.
They have, Kay, and the questions continue. But listen, he's right. They're really scary. They're a lot to deal with. There are a small handful of players in the whole league that have 5 touchdowns of over 40 yards. The Chiefs have 2 of them. Mecole Hardman is going for 20 yards a catch. Kelsey absolutely dominated the Texans. Can anybody stop the Chiefs? Romeo Crennel couldn't stop him. He's been stopping defenses for 30 years. And yet the answer is, of course, the Titans can stop.
Okay.
Absolutely, because 1 week ago on this very program, in fact, on every program, it's how could they possibly stop Lamar? Lamar's the MVP. They've had 3 weeks off. How did that go? How did that go for the Tennessee Titans against Lamar Jackson, the future of the sport? Oh, no, don't go here. No, look at the Titans shutting down Lamar. If we had come out last week and said, oh, they can do it, we would have been laughed off the table.
Yeah.
And I will submit you to this. I absolutely think there is some Tennessee Titans prejudice in the country this week. I think there's some Tennessee Titans prejudice at the table this week, and it's time.
Oh, okay.
There is no moment anymore. It's the Titans. I know they don't have a big market, and I know they're not the Cowboys. Guys, in this playoff season, we have talked more about Marshawn Lynch and Boston Scott than Adoree Jackson and Logan Ryan. We have not talked about Harold Landry. We've talked more about Jarvis Landry than Harold Landry. Absolutely. Great loaded team that just stopped the future of the sport. Can they top the Chiefs? Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Tyreek Hill coming out and saying that he can't be stopped in man. They can't be stopped in zone because, like you said, Kyle, he is 100% right. What are you going to do? You put one-on-one, he'll run past you. You put him in a zone, he'll find the gap, explosive play after explosive play. This isn't bulletin board material, and if you're a Titans fan, don't get in your feelings. If you're a Titan player, don't get in your feelings because Tyreek is right. But with that said, though, it doesn't matter if you put up points because that doesn't automatically equal a win. On the way in this morning, I'm on Twitter, just scrolling, trying to find out what's trending, what's going on in the NFL. What pops up is NBA. And before you turn the channel, I'm going to help this make sense. I was looking at the box score for the Trailblazers and the Rockets. The Rockets were at home. And Russell Westbrook, late in that game, was saying that you can't stop me, Damian Lillard. Literally looking at him after a play. You can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. You can't stop me. He's down by 14 in the fourth quarter. The end of the game, the Rockets lose handedly. Westbrook has 31, 12, and 11. Triple-double. They still take a L. The point I'm trying to make is, even if you're yelling out, you can't stop me, and you put up points, you still can take an L. That's what I saw in Week 10. You can score as much as you want, but if you have a team that can control the ground and can also score on the ground and in the air like the Titans, it doesn't matter how many points you put up. It doesn't matter how many highlights you have, Tyreek. The Titans still can win. Okay. It's hard to stop these guys because nobody has stopped them already.
I didn't like the comment. I think, he says no disrespect to that, but no one can stop it. We don't need this right now. The Chiefs have enough on their shoulders. Chiefs have a doomed history in AFC Championship games and in playoff games. Chiefs, the stat was 1,000,000 times shown. They're 2-7 in their last 9 games at home in a playoff game. And Andy Reid isn't exactly, General Patton out there when it comes to big games here. I don't know if we need to have this bulletin board material. I don't know if you need to give this to the opposing, because he gave it right up.
Yeah.
Man to man, they can't stop us. DB unit, linebacker, they can't stop us. Zone. It wasn't like they were said, hey, the Titans said they could stop you. The Titans were just laying in the weeds like, well, bring on, let's see. You've now given them fodder to get angry. I don't think the Chiefs needed this week, because now we're running with it. We're starting our show with this. Tyreek Hill says the Chiefs are unstoppable. They're already booking their trips to Miami, the whole deal. Is this what they needed? Because you know what? There have been other great offenses in this league, and I have seen defensive coaches put the brakes on them. I look back at, think about Brady in that offense with the Patriots. No, it was the defense that beat Kurt Warner in the turf.
Right to the Hall of Fame.
This was 2000. You fast forward to last year even. The Rams, unstoppable. McVay's a genius, all this thing. I mean, we spent the entire offseason talking about how Sean McVay is going to lick his wounds after what the Patriots did to him. So there's been a lot of good offenses in this league. More often than not, the good defense wins the game.
Right.
If I'm Tyreek Hill, I'm not giving fodder to anybody right now, especially if I'm a Kansas City Chiefs player, because this team hasn't won a big game. They haven't won the big game. Let's see them win this week, and then maybe you could start talking this way.
It's hard to doubt the Titans right now, and I had wild card weekend. You're not going to take down the Patriots, even when their offense is anemic. You're not going to do it. Their defense is going to win it for them. It's in Foxborough. They win and beat the Ravens, who are unstoppable. In my eyes, they were unstoppable, and it was turnovers, and it was this relentless attitude that they had. It was Jarrell Casey going, not giving up and then getting a strip sack. He got Lamar got away from him. He went back and got him. It's going to be like a Harold Landry. Nobody's going to call him Honor Landry potentially after this game anymore if he can get his hands on Patrick Mahomes. It's this physical mentality that trickles down from their coach, and they're going to feed on that soundbite. I'm with you on the soundbite not being a good thing.
I'm with you too, and I like you saying those names. I leveled an accusation in this segment to the people watching and to someone at the table. Peter, let's address this quickly. Okay. I feel like you have a body of work over 20 years of looking at the Tennessee Titans as mediocre or vanilla. I think if this was Pittsburgh, I think if it was Denver, a different franchise, you would have a different juice for the Titans. Is that fair?
Let's see them beat the Chiefs before we start doing flips about the Titans.
What about the Ravens? Isn't it time?
This is a different
What about
deal.
the Patriots? Isn't it time?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm not. Look, I love teams that get to the AFC Championship game. I'm not putting all my chips in on a team until they get there.
What if it was the New York Titans or the Dallas Titans? Would it be different?
No, it wouldn't be.
No? But I think it would be different if it wasn't the Chiefs.
Is it scar tissue from the Chiefs last year?
When
they made it to the
You've
AFC
said the whole run
Championship?
playoff.
Titans were 2-4 this year. I've seen them lose to the Jaguars on a Thursday night. They are not the same team right now. That is granted. But let's not crown anyone until they get to the big game. That's all I'm saying.
Derrick Henry literally has a crown on.
Good morning, Tennessee Titans can wait. I like Good Morning Football.
When can we do it? When they win the title game? Can we do Good Morning Tennessee Titans?
We're going to have to. There's the only team left.
Have to? Against our will?
If it was a different AFC team that the Titans were facing, if it was the Texans, if it was the Patriots, would you be more on board? I just think you have a faith that this is the Chiefs' year. You've had that for months now.
Yes, and it's half kidding. Obviously, the Titans have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
When you beat a former MVP in Tom Brady and this year's MVP, and then now last year's MVP is in your way, of course the Titans can win this game. And of course, I want to see the best game possible. I just don't know I can say that they're going to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead based on what I saw from Kansas City last week.
I love a General Patton reference in the morning. We'll talk more
early.
about Andy Reid.